Hello there, good evening indeed, and many thanks for joining us here on Rwanda Television News. We hope you had yourselves a great and productive day. Now, this is what tops our edition tonight. As the mandate of Madame Louise Mushikiwabo as the Secretary General of the Organization of La Francophonie draws close to the close at the end of this year, Rwanda has submitted her candidacy to continue leading the organization. Parents and guardians all over the country are distressed over teenage boys and girls engaging in unprotected sex, which often results in unplanned pregnancies and rapid increase in HIV among the youth. We are glad to have you join us on this particular edition of Rwanda Television News, coming to you straight from the heart of Africa, Kigali. My name is Sam Kadisa, and as we begin our edition tonight, let us inform you that Rwanda's Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Dr. Vincent Biruta, has received His Excellency Saleh Suleiman bin Al-Harthi, the Ambassador of Oman to Rwanda, with residence in Nairobi. The discussions focused on strengthening the bilateral relations between the two countries. Minister Biruta also received a courtesy call from Mrs. Koumba Dieng So, the new Food and Agriculture Organization country representative in the country, for a formal introduction and presentation of her credentials. To our top story now, as the mandate of Madame Louise Mushikiwabo as the Secretary General of the Organization of La Francophonie draws close to an end this year, Rwanda has submitted her candidacy to continue leading the organization. Morocco has also expressed its support for the candidacy of Madame Mushikiwabo. Innocent Mugabo has this report.
It was at the beginning of this week that it was announced that Madame Louise Mushikiwabo will run for the leadership of the Organization of La Francophonie as its Secretary General. Patrick Simonin, a journalist at the French television network TV5 Monde, put to light the news through part of the interview he had with Louise Mushikiwabo, who openly told him that Rwanda has submitted her candidacy.
Moi, je suis disponible et j'ai présenté ma disponibilité aux États. Mon pays a posé ma...
I'm here and I have told governments and my country has submitted my candidacy. I'm a candidate for my successor. I'm determined, though it's not easy, because bringing about change at a time like this when you care about the future of the government and 88 other governments. There is a lot of work to be done, and so far there are large and very important projects that have not been completed. The radio Jeunesse Nouvelle we are going to launch in the next few months, the Francophonie Fund, to mention a few of the great projects of the organization. Of course, it can be done by someone else, but I am here and I submitted my candidacy with pleasure.
Mais je suis disponible et j'ai présenté ma candidature avec grand plaisir.
In addition to the new projects and programs, there are some that have been implemented under the leadership of Madame Louise Mushikiwabo. One of them is the Mission Économique et Commerciale de la Francophonie, a program that aims to improve the economy and trade between countries in the Francophonie, as explained by Madame Louise Mushikiwabo during her visit to Kigali together with the Francophonie private sector.
Plus de 320 millions de locuteurs de français dans le monde.
French speakers in the world are now over 320 million. 15% of the world's investment comes from Francophonie countries and makes 16% of the world's GDP. So this is not a small thing, because it is a market that has a big role to play. We're in the Francophonie that focuses not only on institutions and the head office in Paris, but the future and for the people. That's the ideology we have, because it's easier when you share a language and a culture, and it's not just a language but also a way of thinking and working. So this is the Mission Économique et Commerciale that we wanted to start at the beginning of 2020, but were unable due to the COVID pandemic. We started in Southeast Asia, where we have many member states. We went to Cambodia and Vietnam, followed by Gabon a few days ago, and now it's in Rwanda. Next year, we'll continue to Europe and North America.
Et l'année prochaine, certainement l'Europe et l'Amérique du Nord.
In May this year, Morocco became the first country to express its support for Louise Mushikiwabo to continue leading the Francophonie. In the 41st meeting of the ministers of the Francophonie member countries that took place on the 23rd of May, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Morocco, Nasser Bourita, announced that his country thinks that Mushikiwabo should stand unopposed for the position of the Secretary General of the Francophonie in the next term. Minister Nasser Bourita stressed that this does not violate the laws of the Francophonie, emphasizing that the fact that Morocco wants Mushikiwabo to continue leading this organization is in the interest of all because there are important projects and important reforms that continue to work and will produce tangible results. The Deputy Speaker of the Chamber of Deputies, Honorable Eda Mukabagwiza, also pointed out that those who attended the meeting of the Parliamentary Association of the Francophonie, APF, recently held in Rwanda praised the achievements of Mushikiwabo as Secretary General of the Francophonie.
Through discussions with our colleagues, we have realized that she has performed well as the available actions also speak for themselves. Among her achievements include the fact that she prioritized Francophonie to not only reach out to higher institutions but also to the common people. The other thing is promoting economic growth among the member states. She also promoted youth empowerment, which has proved to breed future leaders with great ideas, not forgetting promoting women empowerment.
Madame Louise Mushikiwabo is the fourth Secretary General of the Francophonie in the history of this organization, a position she has held since January 2019 after being elected at the 17th meeting of heads of state and government in the Francophonie held in Yerevan, Armenia on the 10th of October 2018. It is planned that the 18th Conference of Heads of State and Government in the Francophonie will be held in Jabba in Tunisia in November this year and will appoint the Secretary General of this organization for the new term of 4 years. Innocent Mogabo, RTV News.
Thank you, Innocent. Rwanda has a goal to build a knowledge-based economy as well as becoming a center of technology in the region so that by 2024, there will be 80 technology companies that will be delivering services abroad. Shislin Mugwaneza filed this report.
It's been 3 years since Patrick Uwizeyimana graduated from university. He appreciates the fact that the solar energy equipment he manufactures are more sold on the market more than imports. He says that he manufactures the equipment by himself.
You see here, we design and manufacture the spare parts for amplifiers and radios. Here is a dashboard where we test our prototype before we send to the market. After designing, making all simulation with the computers, then we assemble the component, then we with these machines, then we bring the product on the dashboard for testing. So here is already tested. Then after making test, then we send the product on the market. Is here, you can see here it's a complete product, even if it is not well assembled, but it's ready to be on market. The remaining is to make like a good design for the cover, and then we put the product, complete product on market of radios.
He also manufactures motherboards that are mainly used for audio and visual technology.
Markets only with the spare parts, but our vision is to make the complete radios and also introduce our culture with this shape. You see, it's a portable speaker with the shape of a drum. It's a ready prototype, tested and waiting to go on market.
What are the challenges that you have?
So of course, as a young entrepreneur, we did a lot, but we need also some people to support us in terms of finance, especially because we have skills. We have a few machines that help us to make those or other prototype, but we need also finance to have a stock of components to put those all prototype on the market.
His business partners also testify that Patrick supplies equipment of good quality.
Sometimes we find that things we import from China have problems and the clients come back for claims. But after realizing that, I approached these people and some things for me, and I thought they are lying, and I decided to visit them at their working site. After visiting them, I realized that they do the equipment themselves. When I compared what I used to buy from China, I saw the difference. because after buying from them, I had no claims from the clients.
There are other people that benefit from his knowledge, which results into implementing their projects.
They helped me to elevate the level of my project. It is a project that can show you that there is a problem in the gas cooker and disconnect the wire immediately to avoid problems that has been detected. All that is done automatically. Another thing is that the project alerts by using sensors.
According to Alphonse Kwizera, the executive secretary at Rwanda Association of Manufacturers, as an organization that is part of the private sector federation, assists those new projects.
What we help them as Rwanda Association of Manufacturers is providing them with information and advocate for them, because those new projects are always having problems. So we assist them in providing information about what is on the market and everything else they would need. Another thing is that in partnership with the government, that also helps a private sector, especially those in industrial sector, to get raw materials without paying taxes. We also help them to get those services. That is a great role played by the government to support the progress of the private sector.
Figures from the National Institute of Statistics of Rwanda indicates that the information and communication technology grew by 29% in 2020. Shislen Mugwaneza, RTV News.
Participants of the 25th Rwanda International Trade Fair being held in Kigali City say that this time they hope to make bigger profits than the previous one when the COVID-19 pandemic was still at its worst. Jen Mutoni.
On the second day, the flow of participants to the 25th Rwanda International Trade Fair is increasing. The exhibitors of various products have reached the places where they have to display it. Buyers have also started to arrive in large numbers. It is an exhibition that the participants say they expect more tangible profits from.
We as Rwandans, we have the ability to produce our own local products. We produce our own paintings and supply them to the Rwandans, and they are of good quality as well. We expect a lot of people to show up in this year's exhibition, as all activities are now open. A lot of people are working, and we believe that people will come and see what we have.
It is an exhibition that includes those from other foreign countries, including those who came to display products and services for the first time. The representatives of the port of Djibouti are also in this international exhibition. They view Rwanda as a great business opportunity due to her location, as explained by Hassan Mahmoud, who represents the port of Djibouti in the Great Lakes region.
We are working with the 53 cities in Africa. They mean 36 countries in Africa. We cover. So Kigali is very important for us because Kigali, they have the big airport, will be soon inaugurated, which we need to be the hub for us to distribute in the regions. So this is the things we are attended, and this is for us is not the first time. We participated several times, but the reason of the COVID is a block. 2 years we didn't come here. So we can participate today, this great event. We hope it will be very successful for both us, for the business community in the Rwanda and the Djibouti.
This exhibition is characterized by entertainment activities that are different from last year, especially for young children who need to be entertained.
I brought the kids here to Expo as they are on a school break to have fun, and they were so happy as they did swim and they are now using the swings. It is a good time as those who have received all the 3 jabs of the COVID-19 vaccine can participate. As you can see, people are not wearing face masks. You can notice how happy people are.
The spokesperson of the Private Sector Federation, Najingirwa Teonest, says that this exhibition was attended by more than 100 exhibitors compared to last year. On the second day, everything was in place.
There are two things that have changed in this exhibition. Yesterday, some exhibitors had not finished organizing their products on their stands, but now they have finished preparing and have already started selling, which is a step forward. Secondly, some people are showing up at the exhibition to purchase. Also, people need fun activities, and the children are on school holidays. So in the next 3 weeks, children will have a place where they can play, and not forgetting parents, as they will also have their place to relax and shop. You can see that there are new things in place, including new countries that joined bringing their new products.
Those that want to attend this exhibition can arrive between 9 a.m. and 10 p.m. with a ticket for 500 Rwandan francs, which one can purchase online. Jane Mutoni, RTV News.
Thank you, Jen. And we'll now kick it off with health matters. Parents and guardians all over the country are distressed over teenage boys and girls engaging in unprotected sex, which often results in unplanned pregnancies and rapid spread of HIV among the youth. RBC has pointed out that the number of young women between the ages of 20 and 25 testing positive for the virus is 3 times that of males in the same age group. Precious Chidezi has this report.
Young people engaging in unprotected sexual relations are being encouraged to do so mostly by adults or their peers. Different methods are used to lure the youth into engaging in the act, which have been shed light on by some of the men engaging them.
In regards to sexual activities, I approach a girl, I asked her how much money she wants, I tell her how much I have. Then I'm referred to those who don't charge as much. And when I have money, I spend it how I want to. AIDS is no longer an issue.
The issue has caused severe distress among parents. Youth these days are engaging in sexual activities at such a young age, and while they're aware that HIV exists, they're not actively protecting themselves with prudence condoms, for example, because they're drunk most times and the thought doesn't cross their mind. This is an area where unwarranted sexual acts are conducted in lodges. RBC has pointed out that HIV infections are on a rise among young women between the ages of 20 and 24 at a rate of 1.8%, whereas young men in the same age gap are infected at a rate of 0.6%, which is 3 times as much, which the 2019 Rwanda population-based HIV impact assessment confirmed. RBC's director of the HIV prevention unit, Ikuzo Basil, details the different ways HIV is spread.
Biragaragara ko hagiye hari ijanisha ku bwandu bwa virusi itera sida.
It is evident that the percentage of those infected with HIV is higher between the ages of 25 and 49. This gap is comprised of older people as well as the youth. The knowledge one has on HIV and government programs in place to prevent and treat the virus is where the temptation arises from. Parents no longer address this issue with their teenagers, which makes them vulnerable to predators.
Certain areas in Kigali have been equipped with free condoms for those that need them. RBC statistics showed that Rwandans between the ages of 15 and 65 have contracted the virus at a rate of 3%. Those with awareness on their health status are at an 83.5%, whereas those taking antiviral medication stand at a 97%. Precious Chidezi, RTV News.
And on behalf of the entire news production team that made it happen, many thanks for being with us. And my name is Sam Kalisa. Stay safe and good evening.